If you've used any of our previous apparel packs, one of the first things you might notice is that there are no different colored hoodies in the PSDs. Instead, we have these separate color layers that allow you to change all the material color at once. So let's choose a light green, and that's going to affect all of the material in the hoodie, except the tag there. Now let's take a look at a seam group. A seam group has 4 layers, a shape layer that everything else clips to, a fill layer, a pattern layer, and an art layer. Now, just to demonstrate all the different seam groups, let's choose a darker green and use our paint bucket to fill all of the fill layers in each seam group. So we're going to start out with the liner seam groups, move on to the hood and both arms. You can see these are all separate layers, separate masks. Each chest, and you'll see that the drawstrings are masked out there as well. Each pocket. Let's fill in the waistband, and what you're noticing probably is that some of the details like the drawstring and the material between the zipper are not the dark green. And those are always going to be the base color. So if you want to modify those, you can switch base colors or use hue shift to make your own base color. And that's how you do that. That's pretty much all there is to see about the fill layers. Let's take a look at the pattern layers that are associated with each seam group. So this is for the whole hoodie seam group. I'm going to double click right here on the patterns. Now these are the default patterns that come with Photoshop, and they're not too good looking, so let's replace these with the ones that came with the Go Media template pack. Let's go to Replace Patterns. You can browse to that file and load those in. Now I'm going to select a houndstooth pattern. It's a maroon one, and toggle visibility there. Now you can see that fills the whole hoodie except for the drawstrings and the inner liner. Let's just take a look at some of the other patterns that come with the pack. Here's some argyle patterns. Here's a diagonal stripe. Here's some thick horizontal stripes. Pretty cool. Here's a all over symbol pattern. We got a bunch of those. We got some fun ones at the end too. Some zebra stripes and some leopard spots, and some abstract ones too. I'm actually going to go back and select a herringbone pattern just to demonstrate that these are all seamless, so they work really well with Photoshop's pattern fill functionality. And you can scale this to 50% or any other percent that works for you, and that's how it looks. Now let's take a look at the pattern layers on specific seam groups like the pockets. So just hit the little arrow there to expand, toggle the visibility on the pocket, change the pattern to one of the stripes that we saw earlier. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the right pocket, only this time I'm going to select an opposing direction stripe. You can really see how this gives you a lot of flexibility for really realistic effects. And that's our advanced hoodie design package. We are super pumped to finish it so you can all use it on your next project.